I'm on the trail.
Save up.
I'm here.
We should continue to head down. What? There's nothing down there? Okay, we might need to cast a few things here. Like that.
Yes.
And that.
I'm here.
That's not very helpful. Alright. We can kill the last one.
I shall.
Nice and quiet.
A lively breeze ruffles through your clothes as you approach the edge of the bluff. A cave mouth yawns from the cliff face. It's only a dozen feet below your position, but the weathered rock is too smooth to scale. A rock perches near the precipice. It feels like a sturdy anchor. Tie your rope to the rock, securing it with your grappling hook, and climb down. You fasten your rope to the rock and descend. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind whips along from the bay. You struggle to hold onto the rope, and it tosses you around. The wind picks up and knocks Sani into the wall. Sani loses hold of the rope and begins to plummet. Without hesitation, Adair reaches out and grabs Sani. The weight wrenches Adair's shoulder, but saves Siani from certain death. Moments later, a gale subsides, and you make your way down to the cave mouth. Nice. I thought we were going to die. Go back out. Because I was not ready to go into this cave. I thought this was going to be like an item or something.
I'm here. It's not working.
How the hell did he die there? As you reach out the edge of the bluff, you recognize the exact location of your vision of Persok. He was here not long ago. Siani stands alert, the Adra statue in one hand while she scans the cliff. You close your eyes, feeling the ether for some trace of Persok's presence. The darkness behind your eyelids takes shape. You feel Persok running through the forest this time, hurling and dashing around the rocks and trees. The scenery whizzes by too fast. You can't make out the details between the blurred greenery. Something looms out of the trees ahead of you. Persock finally stops in front of the Adra Ark. Do you recognize the natural ark made of Adra? They got something like that out of Irglenfoth, across the river from Twin Elms. I know where to look next for Persock.
Then I'll follow. In these visions, I don't suppose you're getting a sense for who Persock is now.
Someone who appreciates scenery. Siani chuckles. Nothing against these stuffy forests, but you haven't seen the southern lights over in Nasitak.
At least we're getting closer. Seems like we've made more progress together than I've made in a year.
What was he like?
That depends on who you ask. I talked to everyone in Masuk before I left. I heard he was a strong leader, a dependable builder, a caring grandfather, a wise elder, a generous neighbor, a cunning negotiator.
Might as well be one of those impossibly perfect heroes from the Adir epics. He was probably all those things at different times.
The odd thing is, many in Masuk weren't much older than me when Persock passed. And yet everyone wanted to make sure he heard about something in particular. Our trade with the Amawa, our successful hunts, peace with neighboring villages.
She kicks another pebble over the edge. Ichumak follows its arc, his ears forward. Persock accomplished a law that affects all of Masuk.
It just seems odd that so few of us remember him beyond the things he did for the village. Most of his family members, the ones who knew him, are in their twilight years now. And Persock was too busy to spend much time with his younger relatives.
Ichumak yawns and impatiently nuzzles her hand. He changed your village. That's worth remembering.
Perhaps you're right. Anyway, what about this Theos character you're searching for? Seems like he was someone important to you. What do you remember about him?
I think he was an authority figure of some kind.
Not a lot to go on, huh? Hopefully you can pick up a few more clues about him while we're running around.
Enough chatter for me, or Persock will find himself a new body before we even get to this one. Find the Adra Ark in the woods. Well, I didn't run into any Adra Arks here, but we're gonna go back down to that cave and we're gonna explore that cave. Okay, good.
How may I help?
As they're filing in. There you go. Use that.
Yes?
And that. That should be enough.
What? Hey.
Yes?
on your word. Stand still. Yes?
Hey.
Sacre!
Got them.
Of course. I'll take a look.
Hey. All right then.
Plus 1 first level spell users and 2 third level spell users. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hype! Many hypes.
How may I help?
What?
Well, actually,
Yes?
wouldn't it be better if it's saying here? Let's
Yes?
see.
What?
Okay, 2, 3, and 2. If he use, oh no, it's only for wizards. Okay, that makes sense.
I?
There we go.
I'm here.
Oh my god, that's awesome. 2 first level spell and 2 third level spells.
How may I help?
Was I really out of third level spells? I don't believe that. Two first and 2 third. Oh wow, I'm looking at second level. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely. Wow, that's amazing. Oh my god, this ring is ridiculous.
I shall.
I think I just thought of a way to cheat the system. What if I just cast these spells, take the ring off, and then put the ring back on to gain more spell slots? Isn't that an interesting thought? Okay, Eder has seen the arch before. He said it's on the shores of Bale Lake, the opposite side of Twin Elms. On the shores of Bale Lake. So somewhere over here. Yeah, Twin Elms right here is on the opposite side. So this has to be somewhere over here. Okay. Well, I don't want to go there yet. Let's go to Adelwan's Bridge. Yep, 20 hours. That's fine. Oh my god, that ring will be so good. I can't believe I found it. Those extra spellcasts will be huge. Welcome to Defiance Bay, but watch yourself in your city. Understand? Yeah.
Welcome.
What can I do for you? What can you tell me about Defiance Bay? Sorry, but I don't have time right now. But it sounds like that dozen's crackpot Rowan is stirring up trouble again. He jerks his head at the gate. He'd be all too happy to give you a rundown of the city. Liberally flavored with dozens of propaganda, of course. I'm looking for the Temple of Vodica. He scratches his beard. Not sure why you want to go there, he shrugs. It's in first fires if you really want to see it. You seem to be on edge. What's the problem? Thousands of them, truth be told. We've got refugees coming from all parts under some misguided notion that things are actually better here, that the legacy somehow passed over us, so they show up with no prospect and little money and just end up making a worse mess of things. He looks down at you up and down. No offense. Grunts, and good luck to you. What is it? I'm looking for Temple of Vodica. If you say so. It's in the first fires, just west of Crucible Keep. Nice. There you go. Thank you. More useful just as car, and unlike the other one who doesn't give me directions. So do I want to go into the city before I head over to Direford's village? Yeah, let's go into the city. We're gonna go with Copper Lane. 15 minutes. So we're gonna explore this city. We're finally in the city. Took a while.
Defiance Bay. The city at the heart of the Deerwoods Revolution now seems on the brink of another. Refugees line the streets, homeless and hungry, displaced by Whiteone's legacy, hoping for relief within the city walls, and finding none. Dissidents congregate to protest and to heckle, calling for an end to animancy and the ouster of their duke. The city's militiamen cast fearful looks as they patrol the streets, their hands trembling at the hilts of their weapons. The capital of a country that had not long ago incinerated a god now appears to be a spark away from sharing the deity's fate.
A campfire would be good.
I agree.
Nice and quiet.
The city of Defiance. Crown jewel of the Deerwood. If you ask the locals, anyway.
Can we allow these atrocities to continue unchecked? Rowan's arms are crossed and his mouth is set in a grim frown as he watches the gathered protesters. He looked ready for a fight. He sizes you up. New in town, eh? You pick an interesting time to visit Defiance Bay. All these refugees fleeing the frontier and finding the legacies no better here. It's the Animancers. Magrin scorched them, and they nest in this city like rats. You mark my words, though. Us dozens are gonna put a stop to it. What are you doing out here? He gestures at the crowd, which buzzes with angry chatter. Trying to get folk to see reason. We're in the midst of a crisis, and instead of purging the nefarious forces from our city, the Duke is granting Animancers dangerous liberties. What do you know about Animancy? It's a study of and manipulation of essence, which any sane person will tell you is the purview of the gods. And the Adirians at least had the sense to outlaw it, which is the only good thing you can say about them. It's not like magic chanting or the soul reading of those ciphers do. It's been around since ancient Ingwithian times, which is why you'll see Animancer tinkering with old Ingwithian artifacts. Kana raises a fist to cough discreetly into it. Half-truths, all. But he's an enthusiast performer, I'll give him that. He shakes his head. Trouble is, the Animancers got no idea what half of those artifacts actually do. Not that they'll really admit it. Our emphatic friend is correct about one thing at least. Tell me about the dozens. He taps his chest. We're an organization of interested in citizens who wants to free Defiance Bay from dangerous influence of animancers and the tyranny of the aristocrats who supports them. We also consider ourselves a militia of course sorts, seeing as the Crucible Knights are little more than a flock of preening nobles in training these days. Just like the militia, the dozens, except for the training and the discipline and the code of honor. His eyes gleam, and we're always looking to expand. The more people see things our way, the better for the state of our country. You have any interest in hearing more, stop by Edmet's Den sometimes. The Expedition Hall, a lot of free thinkers in there, and can get straight all the can set straight all the nonsense the noble and the animancers want you to believe. Might even be some paid work there for motivated types. I'd like to know more about Defiance Bay. This is the capital of the free Palatinate of the Drywood, whatever. We started out as the capital of the Iderian colony, but we booted the Flaccid scepter from these lands 150 years ago. These days, we're a major port receiving trade and visitors from all over the world, but we, some of us anyways, strive to hold on to pioneering spirit that earned us our freedom a century and a half ago. The city is divided into 5 districts: Copper Lane, First Fires, Andra's Gift, Brackenbury, and the Heritage Hill. He takes each off on a calloused finger. Tell me about Copper Lane. This here is Copper Lane. He taps a scuffed boot on the cobblestone. It's primarily a market district, but you've also got the Expedition Hall directly north of here, where you can join treks into the wild. That's also where my fellow dozens martyrs and I tend to meet up with other concerned citizens. He pointed to a long dome building west and north of your position. And that's the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Eerie place, you ask me, but they've got the biggest library in Direwood. Kana laughed. Eerie indeed. It might be less so if more Kith stepped inside. Perhaps we ought to visit. Keith? Or Keth? Wow, I'm so not used to seeing my name in sentences. And see just what mysteries are revealed. Tell me about Brackenbury. A noise of disgust rattled from his throat. The nobility that didn't sell back to a dear stayed there. Most of the families there traced their lineage back to old imperial times. Other than a lot of has-been nobility, you've got the Hadret House, where Lady Webb and her spies operate. The Brackenbury Sanitarium, the main cesspit of animancy in the city. He spits on the cobblestone. Why does everybody spit in this time? It's disgusting. Tell me about First Fires. That's where the revolution started, hence the name. These days it's overrun with politicians and panderers, but we'll take it back someday. That's where you'll find the Ducal Palace, the Valiant Embassy, the Crucible Keep. He shakes his head. The Crucible Knights were the original freedom fighters of Defiance Bay, but now they're just strutting peacocks with their eyes on fancy titles and their heads up their asses. There's an old temple of Vortic in there too. We keep it real nice for her, he winks. Tell me about Andra's Gift. Got the names because it was a wetland that was drained back in the Imperial days. Now it's a seedy district populated by sailors, common folk, and more than a few things, but it's a fun place too, if you know where to look. He winks and elbows you. Look for a place called Salty Mass when you're there. Other than that, it's mostly warehouses and abandoned buildings. Tell me about Heritage Hill. He shivers. It used to be one of the more prestigious districts in the city. Heroes of the Revolution claim plots up there, next to the ancient Angrithian towers and the city cemetery. Had the best view in Defiance Bay. Attract richer type these days. A lot of animancy patrons. He spits. God! Somebody fucking slice this man's throat. He is disgusting. He glances at the crowd and lowers his voice. You wouldn't have heard, but something happened over there a couple months ago. The authorities sealed it off and they're keeping their mouths shut. But mark my words, animancy's to blame. Never mind. Let's talk about something else. Oh, farewell. This is the Goose and Fox, probably at the inn. Actress.
Good day to you.
The man behind the bar is nearly the size of an almana. A handle protrudes from his back, and his face is set in a stoic frown. He gives you a small nod. Here for a drink. There's a tiny pewter cup in front of him. He turns in one broad hand, but doesn't drink from it. This is a lively place. It was founded in the early days of Drywooden independence by a traveling scholar named Errol of Lavie. He wanted a place where kids of all backgrounds could gather and cash out the issues facing their new country. He rests his elbow on the polished wood of the bar. It didn't take long for the place to fill up. Blackenbury aristocrats argued with dockworkers from the gift, while soldiers wrangled with politicians. Drywoodens have never known to turn down an argument. He takes a sip from the tiny cup. I imagine things got interesting. Soon, kids were coming from the farms and settlements too. He waves at the door and is expecting a crowd to bustle in. This place got even more popular in the valiant sailors than the salty mast. And that was the problem. He drains his cup. No matter what people say about fair-mindedness, civil debate, there's only one such people will tolerate. Errol found himself on the wrong side of an argument with the wrong Thane, and when he disappeared a few days later, some said it was the work of that Thane. He shrugs, spreading his hand over the bar as he surveyed the room. But Errol knew which way the wind was blowing. If you ask me, he skipped town, hid somewhere, hoping for rational minds to prevail in Defiance Bay. He cracks a wry grin. If only he could see it now. Tell me about yourself. Name's Bishop. Used to be the scholar of Birath. Now I run the Goose and Fox and keep the regulars in line. He shifts and you can see a warhammer strapped to his back. What more is there to tell? How do you go from religion to taverns? The journey isn't as long as you think. It started with Hollowborn and with this. He takes a black bottle from under the bar and fills the pewter cup. It was my sister's son. He takes a drink. At the end of the Waywind's legacy, he was one of the first. Sorry, at the beginning. Well, how did I read beginning and shorten it to end? I don't know. I never expected there would be so many after him. Tragedy is part of the cycle, but it's followed by rebirth. Yet every year, more parents were grieving for their Hollowborn children, and the gods were silent. That's tough. He leans forward, crossing his arms on the bar. Birath promises rebirth, cycles, but the only cycle I found was this one. He taps the bar. Have a drink, have another, and another, until I couldn't remember how I got home. Wake up, come back. I finally woke up one day to see my family had packed up and left. For all I know, they left days before, and I just hadn't noticed, but they were gone. so I came here. I've cleaned up since then, not that I found my answer. He tosses the cup back. I've just stopped asking questions. Nice backstory. Could I get a room? Athletics and mechanics. Intellect and lore. Well, I got shit to sell you. And you wonder how I got rich. I honestly don't want any of this. Because I already have what I want equipped. So... I'll just keep that there. Get that lab. Dexterity and stealth, intellect and lore. Let's get intellect and lore. We are in a city, so intellect and lore might help us more than any of the other ones. Is there more people in here? No. Okay. I don't know. It looked like there was more
Welcome.
people.
Hail, traveler.
Kinra. A woman sits by herself, spinning something on a table in front of her and watching it with furious intensity. It's about the size of a coin, and it wobbles over a crack in the wood with a metallic rattle. She snatches it up with one hand and slams a half-empty cup down on the table with the other. This is not a good time. What are you doing here? She takes a long drink from her glass, just trying to calm down and trying to talk myself out of something foolish. Something foolish? She says nothing for a few moments, as if hoping you'll leave. At last, Kendra looks up at you, and lamplight falls across her face, a purpling bruise blossoming along her cheekbone. There's something I need to give to my fiancé, Pernisk. Only he doesn't seem to know to go anywhere without his friends, and they're not exactly pleasant company. Tell me about these new friends. They come into our house with their dead eyes and their black teeth. I'm not a fool. I know what that means. Pernisk makes me leave when they show up, and it's obvious what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere in the gift, but not under my roof. She scowls and then winces, her fingertip gently probing her bruise. Seth changes you, I guess. The Pernisk I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. I never thought he'd... She trails off, still feeling the swollen, discolored flesh. I thought Sev just make people lay around not doing much. Kendra shrugs. I don't really know. Seems better than believing he's always been this way. Maybe I could talk to him. Her hand rests on the table and she clenches into a white-knuckled fist. There's nothing more to say to him. We're finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break. She opens her hand and a ring clatters onto the table. It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I don't have the heart to sell it off. But if I go back there myself, I'll know what happened. I lose my temper and I'll probably wind up with another one of these. She points to her bruise. I'll take the ring to him then. She looks at you and nods. The house is just north of here. Just please don't hurt him. You seem like the forceful sort. But I don't want anyone getting hurt again over this. That goes for Pernisk or me. Wait, what? Oh, because I was aggressive twice. Okay. What does that ring do? Preservation? Defense while stunned. Defense while prone. Sure. You can get that. Put the cat in the treasure box. Okay. I now have a yellow Labrador. Yay. The hell are all these people? Save before I go into combat with them. Purdy? Burly Amana raises a hand in greeting. Dreadshot? Ilfa? He? Two-tone...
Welcome.
Oh. An Orlan man relaxes with his feet propped on the table. Patches of dark brown skin peeks from under a full mane of blue-green hair. He and the Orlan woman with him exchange laughs and comments with the trio at the nearby table, and he spins a dagger in his hand. His hazel eyes watch you. You look like you've seen a night or two in the wilds. Join us for a drink. Who are all of you? The name's Two-Tone Wexel. Okay, that was interruption, my bad. The name's Two-Tone Wexel, whatever. The lady next to me is Key. We've had our fun with our expedition, but we are hoping to enjoy a little peace and quiet for the next few weeks anyways. A man at the next table nods at you. I'm Dreadshot Damon. This is Hurdy and Ilfa. We were part of a separate expedition team, but we both suffered losses and decided to band together. He takes several items off his fingers. Beasts, barbarians, biowax. It's a dangerous time to be an adventurer, but a prosperous one too. At the next table, Dayan raises his glass, and there's too many more prosperous. Wow. And here's to more many. Wow, I cannot read the sentence for the life of me. Prosperous journey, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Is there something you wanted? Not really. Is there anyone in this room? Nope, he's taking stuff. And there are people in this room, but I'll unlock it for the XP. Unlock that for the XP. No one in this room. What is this? The most unfortunate tale. Yeah, the most unfortunate tale. This is way too long. Is it a poem too? I'm not reading poetry. Okay, so obviously we're gonna have something to do with them eventually. Let's get out of here. I didn't realize one of my party members wanted to say something. Whoops.
The dozens.
He shakes
Pretty
his
sure you
head.
won't
with a-
find one among them who stood within 100 miles of that bridge when the Godhammer went off. Too bad, too. Soon there'd be less of them.
Why did they call themselves the Dozens? Was 12 Drywoodians stood outside Halgot Citadel waiting for Wade Winds to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the Godhammer to detonate. So that's what they did. Godhammer? That's what they called the bomb they blew up. Wade Wind with it. Don't know much about it other than that. Anything kills a living god, guess you ought to name it. What do you have against the Dozens? Nothing serious. Nothing I don't have against a lot of folks nowadays. The Dozens, they like to take things into their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. We don't have them in Gilded Vale, but they'd be right at home there. They picked that name so they could do what they want and feel that it was right. Got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. They like to invoke Magrin too, when they especially want to feel right. Somehow, I don't think she'd be too impressed with that lot. I'm sure she liked to set them on fire anytime they use her name, but the gods probably got rules against that kind of thing. People hide behind symbols so they can't be questioned. The Duke's a reasonable man. Maybe while we're in Defiance Bay, we can get him to force people to call themselves what they are. Don't you imagine they have as many members if they call themselves the loudmouth sheep fuckers. Let's go. Whoops. Gordy. A young boy watches the passerby and counts a grimy handful of coins. His face and arms are smudged with dirt, but except for a grass stain, his clothes are in good condition. As you approach, he blinks and makes a quick, furtive effort to pocket his coins. Death godlike, the boy stares at you, his mouth hanging open. After several seconds frozen in silence, he waves his hand. Can you see me? Do you even have eyes? He snaps out of his trance but continues to watch you with fascination. Hey, miss, you want to know a secret? He wipes his nose with his sleeve. I know a real good secret. Looks like we got a little hustler here. Someone raised his kid right. Right. I'm sure a squeaky voice kid knows amazing things about this city. No, I promise. It's a really good secret. He scampers in front of you and starts talking rapidly. I know this place where people hide things, really special things. If you help me, I promise I'll show you. Help you with what? Gordy's voice suddenly rises in pitch and tempo. The Crucible Knight have these daggers made out of March steel. It's the best steel around, except for Durgan steel, which doesn't count because no one makes it anymore. He stops long enough to catch a breath. Anyways, there's this merchant over by the expedition hall, and he has a dagger made of real March steel. His eyes grows large and round. He said he wouldn't sell it to me because I'm a kid, and kids don't know anything about daggers. But that's not true. I know lots about daggers. I know about the different kind of steel. I know how the Crucible might make them in the forge. I know that the tip can pierce low-gauge scale armor, and that one that's good and sharp can cut through bone. See? I know plenty about daggers. I really, really want one. And if you could just get it for me, I promise I'll never, ever ask anyone for anything ever again. I used to have a knife when I was his age. I don't know a better way to learn what you should and shouldn't stab. I guess we give him a chance. Sounds reasonable. I'll get it for you. Gordy jumps up and down, whooping and hollering. I knew a real adventurers would understand. He points to a large building. There's a big merchant over there by Adment's den who sells weapons. He's the one with the dagger. I'll wait right here for you. His gate-toothed grin stretched from ear to ear. Okay, I'll go get your damn dagger.
Hello?
Well, we're not going to go into the catacombs just yet. Jesus Christ. I want to explore the city before we go into another dungeon. We were so lovely back then. What? This elderly man paces back and forth, taking short hobble step. His gaze is distant, and beneath are dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having conversation with someone who isn't there. And the way you fought, cutting down 2 at a time, we share quite a victory, you and I. Who are you talking to? The man looks up at you, startled. My! Oh, by the flames! Just for a moment, I thought I heard her. He puts a hand on his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you? Just the memories of my youth in the Northwatch Rangers. Trials and adventures from a lifetime ago. He shakes his head. Of late, the memory of lost battle and fallen friends have been especially vivid. Tell me about these memories. It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Direwood then. We thought we'd adventures together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. The wrinkles around his eyes deepened. That was until we faced Helig of Thine. He was a wizard who experiments in necromancy, left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Soulless Vale to Midwood. We tracked him down as he fled towards Valiant Republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools! Seasoned as we were not prepared for this foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat. Not me. By some curse of the gods, I was knocked out, and when I woke, my rangers, my Riona, they were all dead. He holds empty air in his arms. And now you hear this woman's voice? I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her, a voice just over my shoulders, calling to me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she somehow down there, waiting for me. I've even ventured below, those damn near cost my life. He hesitates. Where I half the warrior I was in my youth. I search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I am stuck with this feeble body and the agonizing notion that my love is somehow down there, beyond my help. I'll search the catacombs for a sign of Riona. Or Rowena. Wow. Read that completely wrong the first time. Tears springs to the old man's eyes. There's an entrance just southwest of here, on the other side of the canal. He shifts and wipes his eyes. You are truly a gift of the gods. If there's anything you can find of her. Yes. I'll go down there eventually. Give me time. Let's go in the middle. Understudy actor, Lamdala and Kadal. I should probably say, because that was a lot of conversation that just went through. So. Let's talk to Kadal. Nope. Let's talk to Lamdala. The statue... What? How do you even say that? Something of the woman has a gaze that could cut stone. She turns her chiseled cheekbones to the sky and favors you with a look of acknowledgement. Her eyes shimmer under the silver light shadow and the razor-precise line of coal. Before you can speak, she throws her hands up in dramatic fashion.
Hello.
Autograph after the performance, please. Great art requires great concentration, and greatness is expected from the revel of the stars. What do you do? That depends entirely on the demands of the role. She lays a slender hand on her chest. I am the pallid knight, the widow of the wood, and the warrior queen Mocha, all at different times. To live in a different life each day is a glorious thing indeed, my friend. I suppose I can spare a moment for a fan. What is the Revel of the Stars? We are the finest theater troupe in the city. We believe that the best art is immersive and true to life. She looks at the amphitheater with a rapturous expression. We stage our performance right here in the Copper Lane for the edification of all. Does the Revel of Stars take in any new members? But of course! Good drama is a balm to the souls, and we wish to offer a true theatrical experience to as many as possible. What kind of members do you take? We'll take in new and old, the tall and small, the experienced and inexperienced, whoever is best suited to fulfill a role to the utmost. How long do you keep members? As long as they are able to satisfy the demands of their role. She smooths a wayward strand of hair. True acting can be a grueling process, so some last longer than others. Okay. Farewell. Goodbye. Whoops, I completely forgot to click on this door. Okay, we're not gonna go to Blackenbury just yet. I'm gonna finish exploring Cobbles, whatever this place is called. First fires, okay. And then I will continue on with the game. You, Scriventor person, come back, please. Where do you go? Shit. Oh well.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Spilled tea, empty ink pots, and one detailed sketch of fire-breathing old dwarf. Blah blah blah. Interesting. Not.
Hail, traveler.
By Whale's eyeless face, you are one short ogre, but why are you green? And how are you getting the ducks to keep flying around like that? What the fuck are you talking about? Your ducks, your green skin. Should I speak louder? Slower? Let me know. He beams at you and nods his head. You're a scriventer? He nods. Yes, I am a scriventer. I read books. I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it was... only because it looked like sweet pie. Or perhaps it was sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. Oh, I'm also a collector of herbs, flowers, plants. I sell them. Mostly I eat them. Okay, tell me about the dormitory. It's where the scriventers who work at the hall reveal mysteries. What? Halls of reveal mysteries sleep. I'm a scriventer. He sniffs. This place smells like old stocking. Wow, this guy. This guy. Something else. Something else. I can buy all these. But I kinda don't want to. Here. I will sell you the book I just stole. How about that? Oh, boo! There's one right there, so I can't steal it. Okay, that's fine. Let's get out of here. Okay, so he sells herbs. Keep it in mind, I guess. Where is this place that the boy wants me to go to and buy him a dagger? Cancel. No, we're not going there. Yep, I'm going to check out every house except for the main big building and the catacombs. Because I'm pretty sure the catacombs is a dungeon and the main building is going to give me more quests. I'll take the whole chicken. Sure. Oh, you can't even lockpick it. You have to have a key. Weird. That's a really weird restriction. They could have made the lockpicking difficulty really high. But whatever. Whatever. I'm basically ransacking people's houses. So maybe I can buy a house in this town. Ooh. The loading time of this game could be a little bit faster. Like about 5 seconds faster. That or I need to buy an SSD. An addict? Wait, can I get that? Okay, save. Mercenary. The guard folds up a hand as you approach. You can turn right back around. The lower floor is all yours, but nobody goes upstairs. Why not? He scowls. Because you'll be breathing through new holes in your neck if you head up there. That's why. Just mind your own business. Once you're on Sev, you're not going... What? Once you're on the Sev, you're not going too much... You're not going to much care where you go, where you are anyways. Okay. Resolve. Get out of my way, or I will break your sword in half and feed it to you at both ends. The guard blinks and takes a step back. As you like. God's woman. Just trying to warn you off.
Hail and well met.
The man before you flashes you a toothly and rather unpleasant grin. Well now, a new face. Welcome, friend. Name's Pernisk, and this, he gestures to the room around you, is my humble abode, a place of business. And I do hope you're in here to do some business. He glances at nearby guards. What is your business exactly? If you have to ask, Pernisk smirks. Let's be clear. You go running to the guards, you're going to regret stepping foot in this place. In fact, I even put odds on your regretting every decision you made in your life to leave you standing in front of me right now. His face shivers with a quick, unreadable emotion. But you stay smart, and I figure we can end up very good friends. You can ask why. My previous customers. They'll vouch for my supply, he grins. I keep it simple. If you have the coin, I have the Sev. Oh, Sev is a drug. Well, I wish people would tell me that earlier. You're free to make use of the premise, so long as you don't do anything stupid and you don't get tangling with the other customers. Now, Pernisk claps his hands together. What can I get for you? What is Sev? You're serious? Pernisk eyes you with suspicion and disbelief. Sev is worth every pan, my friend. It's incredible. Let you see your own soul, and you're looking at Defiance Bay, first and foremost Sev merchant. I'll take a look. Oh God. Jesus. The house next to Copper Lane Market has become a Sev den. Pernisk was home, but something about man seemed unusual. I'm gonna give him the ring, I guess.
Gods keep you.
Kendra asked me to give you this. Pernisk takes the ring and turns it around in his finger. Nice! What is it for? You don't recognize the wedding band you gave Kendra? Pernisk laughed. Oh yeah, I see now. She's making a statement, is she? Good riddance of her then. Sorry I ever spent the coin to begin with. Now is that all? Seems a difficult thing to forget, giving your grandmother's ring to someone. Maybe she's just not worth remembering, eh? Pernisk snorts. While you're playing lapdog for her and all, why don't you go back and tell her to keep clear of here? She seems to care for you. Why are you doing this? Plenty of stars in the sky. Tell her to set up in the salty mass because she's feeling lonely. Pernisk shrugs. Me and her are done. How dare you hit your fiancé? How can you live with yourself? She was asking for it, Pernisk growls. Sort of like you right now. Maybe you ought to quit digging around in affairs that doesn't concern you. Me, I've got business to get back to. He points. Doors that way. Something's not right here. I don't plan on leaving until I find out what's going on. Pernisk's eyes narrows. Then you won't be leaving at all, friend. I'm tired of wearing this face anyhow. Oh. He raises his voice. Guards, to me! He's a witch.
Following your lead.
Oh boy. It's not good. It's not good. Disengage. Disengage and go. There you go. Okay.
How may I help?
We are going to have so much fun with all of you.
Yes?
I'm here.
Hey,
I killed a motherfucking dragon. Do you guys think I care for you? Dragon! Holy crap! That killed everyone! Stop! Nyrit staggers back, holding a bloody hand in front of him. I give up! Just leave, and I'll go peacefully, alright? Too fucking late.
On your word.
How dare you have a drug den?
Of course.
Oh, that spellbook is yours. I killed a dragon. Do you guys think I care for you? Jesus Christ. Get a grip on reality. Not that they knew I killed a dragon, but still. It's annoying. Eldritch aim? Caster plus 15 accuracy. Meh. Mirror image. Deflection until damaged for 84 seconds. Isn't that same as Wizard's Double? This is better because plus 20 deflection until damaged. This is plus 20 deflection until damage for only a specific period of time. This is much worse. Somebody didn't think that through. Alright, we're gonna finish seeing what's up with this place, and then we're gonna be done for this video. I killed your fucking master! Get over yourself! Uh-oh. Run, doggy! Run! Run, doggy! Thank you.
On your word.
I?
Ice, everyone!
Hey,
Yes?
This OP spell on everyone!
Following your lead.
Yes?
Holy crap, look at all these nice, fine weapons. That's insane. That's insane.
On your word.
I want to edit one thing. I do not need the march here. Ooh, whoa, 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 wrong one. I do need the march here. I don't need the march here. I'll put that here instead. Yeah. Let's put that there and there.
Indeed.
Hello? Hello?
A man lies bounded and bloodied on the floor before you. His face is a tapestry of bruises, and blood is splattered across several corners of the room. The man cringes and sobs as you approach. God, please. Please, no more. I can't take any more. I'm not here to hurt you. The man pauses, gazing up at you. You're not? Oh, praise Beerus. You're not one of his men, are you? He glances nervously behind you. He shakes his head. Please, I don't know who you are, but my name is Pernisk. This is my house. You have to help me. Then who was that downstairs? An imposter! Some wizard named Nerid. He came to my house, tied me up in here, tortured me, and now he and his men are eating my food, breaking my things, selling Sev, inside my own house. He blinks. This would be a lot easier if you weren't trying to hide something. Pernice looks away, unable to meet your gaze. I may have hung into a tiny portion of my supplier's share, but I needed that money. What exactly happened? He sent over the wizard Nerid, the man downstairs, Pernice shudders, to make up for the lost copper, I guess, and to hurt me while he was at it. I feel like it had been days. He's already taken care of. Pernice stares at you. I can't believe this nightmare is finally over. He grins weakly, then seems to remember something. You've no idea what you've done for me, but... He looks up at you and away again. I need you to find my love, Kenra. Only after what Nerid put her through, I'm afraid she won't give me a chance to explain. But she might listen to you. Please, she must be somewhere in Copper Lane. It's the only home she known. And please, don't tell her about the Sev. And about what I do. I could make it worth your while. A discount, maybe. Perhaps you should trust her and make her to make her own decisions rather than lie to her. I know, and I can't force you to keep this a secret. I just don't want to lose her. After what happened here, I'm sure she won't have anything to do with Seth or me if she finds out. Kendra sent me here in the first place. She did? Pernice smiles brightly. That woman helped save my life without realizing it. Please, bring her home and tell her everything is back to normal. I'll go talk to her. I can't thank you enough, truly. Now, how I've missed my poor Kendra. Still gonna take her stuff.
Keeping an eye out.
Okay. Dealt with the drugs.